to see you too.
Yeah, I hope you've had a good summer. And how's it been, Lee? You've had a proper pre-season this time around, of course. And I just wonder if you and the players feel that you're ready for the new campaign now.
Yeah, can't wait. Just excited to see all our work that we've done over the course of this last 6 weeks come together. Looking forward to see all our fans. And we're excited to see where we end up.
Plenty of new faces. I just wonder if that represents a challenge as a manager to gel everyone together, or maybe it's an advantage in that this is very much your team now.
Yeah, it's kind of, I've made, if you look at it, if I include Waity in that, 9 signings altogether since I've been here. So it's starting to shape into a Newport County team, the way I see it. Not necessarily, I keep saying it, not a James Rowberry team. It's the players that we brought in, not just I brought in. It's always the team effort in that, in how we try to do it. And they're the type of players that we feel can suit our style and our way of play. And I'm excited, the lads are excited, and looking forward to tomorrow.
We'll talk about some of those new faces in just a moment, but obviously Dom Telford leaving the club was a significant move. Just how much of a hole does that leave because of the goals that he scored?
Yeah, I said on Newport, I did a radio interview last night with Newport City Radio on a podcast with them, and they spoke about the same thing. I said to them about, well, Dom Telford scored 2 goals when I first came in. So October the 20th, I believe he had scored 2. And after that, he went on a terrific run because of the way the team that played and the way the team went about it. And the season before, I believe Matty Dolan was the top scorer with 8 goals and we got to the playoff final. So it doesn't always matter where the goals come from as long as we get them. And I think the big focus for me and the team this year is we're really driven to succeed. And it'll be, if it's spread across 7, 8 different players, great. If it's spread across 1, great. It's as long as the goals go in, that's what matters for us. So the lads are chomping at the bit to show what they can do.
Given that then, and the style of play that you look to adopt, do you hope that a Zanzalo or a Omar Bogle or Chankazimba can have a similar effect to what Dom Telford did under your guidance this season?
Or Lewis Collins or Will Evans in that sense, is that they can. And that's why I think one of the attractions for them to come here was because they've seen what happened with Dom and Finn. Weren't necessarily playing and then started playing, and shows what. And that's not just from me, that's from the collective of the club. That's from what the players are like, what my staff are like, how they're welcomed and they're made to feel loved here. And that's where they get the benefit. And I think that's one of the attractions why the lads wanted to sign for us.
Seems to me of the recruitment that you've conducted, it's a good mix, James, of youth and experience, isn't it?
I believe so. You look at Aaron and Omar and Oz, who are pushing at the 24 plus bracket, if you like, which is not particularly old, but in terms of what they've achieved, promotions, big money signings, goals, experience, captains at their former clubs, it just adds the greater value to what we're trying to achieve. And then you got the blend of the younger lads who are hungry, wanting to succeed, but still got relative experience in terms of games. So I think we've done well with recruitment. I think we've worked hard, but obviously the proof will be in the pudding when we come to May.
Many of these new players you've worked with before at your time at Cardiff City. How key was that relationship between you and the Bluebirds in terms of getting those players?
Yeah, I've only worked with a few of them before. So I look at Sam, Chanka and Omar. They're the 3 that I've worked with. People think I worked with Aaron Wildig. I haven't worked with Aaron before. He was before my time, but someone I've always admired and thought was a very good player at this level. But the relationship with Cardiff will always be there because of what my affinity is there, and because they gave me my first coaching role in senior football. And I'll be forever grateful for that, and really thankful for them to helping us get Sam done, and him becoming a Newport County player, with the help of Ken and Steve and Mehmet and Vincent to help in that was great. And then with regards to Chanka on loan, I think they can see that how we've helped develop other players is that it benefits them as well. So I'm really, really looking forward. I keep saying it. I'm so excited for tomorrow to get going. I really am.
Yeah, absolutely. You've talked. I've read quotes of you saying that it's important to peak at the right time, peak almost at the end of the season. Obviously, what a great start. That goes without question. But last season, given how it panned out and obviously the disappointment at the end, do you feel better as a team and you as a manager for that experience?
Yeah, because it's all on me now, if that makes sense. So I there's no excuses where I've not had a pre-season with them. I've not been able to recruit. All those excuses are taken away because I used to, when I used to hear managers before, it's not my team or it's I haven't had a pre-season with them yet, and I've never said that because I don't believe that's it. Because I've come in at a certain point to work with a certain group because of my skill set to be able to get the best out of them. We did at certain points, but now with the pre-season we had, with the way that I believe the right way to work with myself and my staff, we believe we give ourselves every opportunity to be successful with what we've got. We've got on a smaller squad. You know, I spoke to Tony Pulis yesterday. He phoned me to wish me all the best and spoke to him about different things about the squad size. And when he said when I was at Gillingham, when he was at Gillingham, they got promoted with 16 players. You know, so it's important then we keep them fit, we keep them healthy, and we keep them happy. And one thing I'll tell you about this lot, and the biggest change, they are hungry. They're really hungry to succeed.
And I think Tony would be chuffed if you could reach your aim of getting promotion, given that he's a proud Newport fan, of course, a proud Newport son. Is he someone who keeps in touch with you quite a lot, James?
Well, yeah, every month or what have you, I'll speak to Tony, and yeah, he's a sounding board like many other managers that I speak to as well, who I've worked with. Not necessarily work with Tony, but other managers like Mick and Neil. But with Neil now, we'll be playing Neil this season, so it's a little bit different. But we still keep in contact. We're still friends. And Trolls especially as well, because Trolls came to the Torquay game to watch that, and we had breakfast before the game. So yeah, I still keep those friendships because they're important, because they help me on my journey, and still in some ways are mentors in many ways as well.
Just finally from me, you face a Sutton side who narrowly missed out on the playoffs. Does that make them dangerous opponents? Do you expect a reaction from their late season disappointment?
I think Matt Gray did a terrific job. I voted Matt Gray as one of my managers of the season in League Two because I thought he did a great job in what he did, and with taking them up from the division below, finishing where they did, and then getting to the Papa John's playoff final. I thought was remarkable, and fair play to Matty and his staff. I have to give them so much credit for what they've done, but we've got to try tomorrow to impose our way of play on the game, and hopefully we can get success.
Thanks, James. Best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Morning, James.
Good morning. How are you, Chris? Congratulations, by the way.
Cheers. It's madhouse, absolute madhouse. But you know
I bet.
about
I'm delighted. I'm so pleased.
In terms of, is the captaincy situation, is that the same as last year? First up, is that
yeah, Matty Dolan,
Matty and Winnicky as right hand man, as it were. Okay. So is 3-5-2, is that you look to be going with that? Is that the way you'll start? Maybe more than that box, or is both?
I think we played it all pre-season, so it's a formation that I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with other formations as well, of course, but it's one thing that was always my intention to potentially play when I first came in. But we evolved it in a different way, and we might evolve again. There'll be certain points in games where we'll need to change shape, either to become more solid or to become more expansive. So we started off in 3-5-2, but there's certain ways of playing a 3-5-2. It's not necessarily a traditional way. We tried to evolve it again in what we do, but as a base, if you like, we've got three centre halves on the pitch, and the rest in front of it can be whatever that can be.
You mentioned a small squad, but I guess it's quite a concentrated squad, in that there are probably two options in every position, at least. So
yeah, and that's it. And I think we've got 21 players, I class it in the squad, so in class Harrison Bright in that. So we need one more, or we want one more. Whether we get that or not is will be down to the long clubs, because it will be a long. But I'm just keen on keeping the squad small, keeping the squad condensed. So, and also is that everybody's fighting for places in this team. And that's the beauty of it. That's what I want. I want competition, and we've got that in abundance.
Do you think there'll need to be an element of rotating? Because you brought in the pressing style, that's draining. It's 46 league games plus cup games and everything. Do you need to be sort of clever throughout the season to keep everyone sharp?
Yeah, and that'll test my management skills, and that's good. I want that challenge. But the thing that I have got this year, and we've got, and every club's got, is 5 subs. That is a game changer for me, because with, say, if I talk about our front 4 press with our 2 wing backs and 2 centre forwards and potentially our number 10, you got 5 lads there who are constantly pressing, so we can change them. We've got 5 changes to make, which is a massive tactical advantage in some ways with the system that we play, and I believe that helps us with what we got.
Will we notice anything majorly different in the coming sort of weeks, or is it similar to what you brought in last season? Similar, but I've got a mindset this year of that I want more clean sheets. We need to do that. We need to add that to our armory in how we do it. So we'll be as expansive as what we try to be with, but we'll have that little bit more security beyond the ball in how we play. But it very much be a Newport County team, a Newport County way of play in how we do it. So I'm pretty sure that the fans will be excited to see what we got. I want to put a smile on people's faces. I want people coming away from our games and saying they enjoyed it. And I look at it last year, the fans are remarkable, because we finished 11th, and I think we've had one of the highest average attendance we've ever had, at Rodney Parade, which is amazing. So I think we're averaging 4,200 odd fans, which, to finish 11th, I think they enjoy our way of play. But now what we've got to do is add results to it. We had that at certain points, but you can see what we're trying to do. It won't be through a lack of effort. We'll be giving our all for sure. I guess we've been spoiled by County being contenders. Does League Two's mad? Does the first objective have to be safety? Is that, or do you look at things like that? Or
yeah, I listen. You're always, even when I was at Cardiff, the year we got promoted under Neil, was that first thought was get to 50 points. That's normal in life and in what we do. But we've. I don't want to say we got a dream of what we want to do, because we got a plan. We got a plan of where we want to get to. But we have to do certain things along that way. And like I spoke about, we got to peak at the right time. We're not going to peak day one. We're still learning, we're still developing, we're still enhancing what we're trying to do. So always you look at the 50-point mark first of all. I think that's always the first marker you look at.
And any other clubs you're intrigued by? I mean, it looks shaping up to be a great league. It's so tight.
I think so. There's been some great investment from different clubs to try and push to the next level. But we're for me, we're a special club, and it's not always about money. It's about the fans, the supporters, the board, the team, the staff, the players, the infrastructure. And I think we got something special, which adds even greater value to what we got to others. So let's see how we do. But I'm excited.
Squad training, obviously, clean bill of health.
Unfortunately, not. No. So James Clark has got a slight hip issue. So Clarkey won't be available for Saturday, but then it's day by day after that. So shame for him, because we've gone through the whole of pre-season without anything. So he's got a slight hip issue. So that's just one of those things.
I've been watching front far, but it was with Priestley. Is he not quite first?
He's close. He's close. He's what I'm mindful of, and the medical team's mindful of, is that push him too far too quick. And we got 55 plus games, hopefully. Yeah. So we need to make sure we got everybody available. My aim for Priestley is to push him ready to start at Luton, would be the aim. to get him game time there to start him off. So that's the aim for P. So he's been training really, really hard, and we've had to manage him and give him certain medical treatment along the way. So fingers crossed and touch wood, he's ready for Luton away.
Good. Brilliant. Well, I'll see you there tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Morning, James.
Morning, Luke.
I know we had you on last night, but I still have more questions for you.
Okay, mate.
You talked about 5 substitutes from 7. That must be important, invaluable experience of some of the youngsters, maybe getting 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
Yeah, of course. But then I keep saying that those young lads also got to earn the right to get to that position. So every day in training, how they conduct themselves on the training pitch and how they conduct themselves in the building is really important. But excuse me, we still got a lot of senior players that we need to use and utilize. So those younger lads got to earn that right as well.
Looking at Sutton tomorrow, now they were very much the surprise package of League Two, weren't they, last season, their first season in the league?
Yeah, they were. And like I said earlier in the call, is that Matt Gray has done a terrific job with his staff there. So we've got to be prepared for a tough game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.